guys, welcome back to Kumstyle Reviews. We're taking a look at one from the Apex Architect series. This is their line dedicated to the characters from Girls Frontline, the mobile gacha game. Honestly, I'm not a mobile gamer. I have one game on my Note 10 Plus or whatever, and it's Toy Blast. Simple shit. So a lot of these like pay-to-play games and stuff like that, especially revolving around like anime and stuff, not my thing. I'm in it as a collector, cool anime girl figure. That's the extent of it for me. So I'm not going to pretend to know about this character at all, but I will give you the lowdown of it as a figure. So if you guys want to share some information and stuff like that in the comment section, which you guys always do, by all means, I'd love to learn more about her through you guys, but it's not necessarily something I'm going to just Google and get in depth with or anything like that, because I really have no interest in doing that kind of gaming. But yeah, off the bat, this is a 1/8 scale figure. So you can see I've got her in more of a straight up pose. And to the tip of her ear, she is about 7 3/4 inches tall. So like for 1/12, there would be 6-inch figures as like kind of a base for the scaling. All right, now I'm going to take my camera off the stand here so we can go over the accessories. I know that's called a denigrate, I believe. Additional faces, ears, and I believe these ears, they don't look as curved on the inside as the ones on her. We'll see. We'll go over the faces and the ears. She has her rifle, hands attached to it already. It doesn't have to be attached to it. I just did that. And then just a variety of hands and an ammo clip. So, magazine. Yeah, one more quick look at her. The boxes are really cool for this too. But yeah, the biggest thing to take away from this part of the review is the size. So if you're looking for something to match your 1/12 scale figure 6-inch, this is going to be much larger than those. Now, taking a look at the articulation on this figure, the head goes in a lot like a Figma. Alright, so the ball joint is actually at the back of the hair sculpt, and then it pegs into the neck that way. The neck is a bit long. I think it's objectively long. But the hair pieces, they're on a joint as well. There's not a lot of room for them to really do any side-to-side movement and stuff like that, but they can rotate and the like. All right, there's another joint there, as well as rotation there. These big balls are not joints. They're just decorative. Part of the figure aesthetic. Now, as for these hair pieces, they are actually labeled. One is for the right side, one is for the left side. It's actually indented L and R inside of the hair pieces where they clip in or whatever. Okay, so the ears can rotate because they're on a peg. All right. The head, boom, boom. Now, she's able to hold the hair a bit and stuff like that. I have went ahead and strengthened the joints already, because it's heavy. These pieces are solid. They're plastic, but they're solid. One thing you'll notice as well is the shading throughout it and things like that. The paint is immaculate compared to a lot of figures like Snail Shell and things like that. Detailing that's just not there. Even in the dress, they're translucent pieces that like, they're not just clear. They fade. They have like a frosted look to them and stuff like that, and then fade into clear. Just a lot of detailing, and these are like $150 MSRP plus shipping. So yeah, and that's in United States dollars. The cost difference definitely shows once you open these between the size and the fine detailing and stuff like that. Now, shoulders, there is an inner joint, so ball, like the butterfly and stuff like that is there. Parallel, that just pops into the front. Pretty standard stuff. And that long piece of hair there, you got to watch that. But they do 360. There's not like a, let me get this back around, a dedicated, this piece rotates as well. That flower on the front, it does stay in well, but there's just a lot going on here aesthetically. All right, there's no dedicated ball joint. It's like within the shoulder here. It does go in and out pretty decent, so think of it like a Figma. Elbow joint, double joint it, okay. Wrist, pretty standard stuff. it has like the rock that goes one way, and then you could just rotate it or whatever if you want it to rock the other way. And yeah, that's the extent of that. Now, there's no dedicated waist swivel there, so it's all going to be in this upper right there, and that's where the extent of the back bend and the ab crunch come from too. Now the legs, outer swing, and they do go up and down. All right, I'll go ahead and look here. So they don't like rock up and down or anything like that. There's just enough space on the main joint for them to go up and down. And they don't go individually or anything like that, but the cool part is, since that's like a ball joint, you can still like kind of lean her hips and things like that, give her uneven poses because of the fact that you can like sway that T-bar in there. All right. Let's go ahead and peg that back in. So front, back. Now the only pieces on her skirt that move are these two pieces. This stuff, it is a flexible plastic, but it doesn't have like dedicated joints or anything like that. So back swing, front swing. Double jointed knees. Lots of ankle tilt. And then the back and forth rock. Okay. Then we went over the movement in the back of the skirt. And I think that about sums it up. Let me make sure that's pegged all the way in. Would be the problem. But yeah, her joints are pretty tight by default. But like I said, her hair is heavy. This is in by friction, and it holds pretty tight, but I'm doing a lot of fiddling with the figure. And the cool part is, I was worried about her ability to stand on her own, just because the hair, even in pictures, was pretty heavy. And if you look at the promo pictures of her, they're all using a stand. But yeah. Sometimes it takes a second to find the right spot. Sometimes she stands up fine, like right away. But it's just more of a balancing than anything. But she stands fine. There we go. Okay, so the little dinner gate here. I know they come in a variety of colors, this and that. Again, I know they're from the game. I know that they attack things and stuff like that. I don't know much about them. So that's another one where if you guys want to learn me in the comments, by all means. But taking a look at them here. Does the tail rotate? No. The legs do, though. They can go back and forth. Okay. On both sides. So, not much to it. The ears don't move or anything like that. But it's a pretty straightforward piece. Okay, and for this part, I am leaning her against her box here. Just for balance and stuff like that. Because trying to look at the faces and the ears, I just want as few problems as possible. Concentrate on that. So, just to show you guys the difference between the two ear types. Alright, now I see it. This one actually goes forward. That's cute. That is admittedly freaking cute. Huh. That's a nice change up. And of course, while I'm knocking my base around and stuff like that, jeez, make sure I'm focused there. Alright, so let's take a look at the different faces that she comes with. Comes with 2 alternate faces. No movable eyes or anything like that. Beautiful tampo job on these. So if you guys are familiar, and it sucks comparing niche things to niche things, but the Eastern model kits, tampo's a lot like those, just beautifully done. Okay. There's that. I love that she has the different colored eyes. And again, you see the shading and stuff like that. It's just a beautiful figure. The paint style on this is more like a statue than an articulated figure, and it's nice to see. Like, it's very, very nice to see, and I wish more companies would do this, because there's no reason for them not to have that kind of detailing. All right. Then there's that Gleeful. Okay, so now we're going to look at the last of our accessories here. Not going to go through all of her hands, no point in that. They just peg in and out. But the rifle here, pretty neat stuff. It doesn't really have any movable parts on it, but the magazine does pop out. All right, and it's at kind of an angle, so you got to find the right way to pull it out. Don't just try to yank straight down and stuff like that. Don't want to break that. But she does have a hand. It's only for her right hand side. I believe this character is left-handed, because even in the promo pictures they make sure that everything's left-handed, but holding the magazine there. So what we're going to do, her stand actually has space for her accessories, so we're going to put those there. And now, I have not tightened any of the joints or anything like that in this stand, so if this is a catastrophe, it's just what it is. This is my first time using the stand. And it just clips in. Okay. What I'm going to do here is just peg this hand in. Okay. And then, if I could find the other hand. Ah, I put it in. What the fuck, man? I put it inside of the stand. Why'd I do that? And this, it does have a movable lip there, so if you want to do that too. Alright. You don't have to take this whole thing off, but since the figure's already attached to it, it was like, might as well. Alright. Man, now I got it unclipped. And I had it so good too. Ugh. I hate when that happens. Like, just stupid mistakes. But alright, we're back in there. Get some hair movement there. In fact, let's rotate this a bit. I like that. Alright. Let's move these clothing pieces there. Okay. I don't want the head quite that angled. Okay. When it comes to posing figures on camera, it's definitely one of those sorry, not sorry things that kind of comes with the territory of watching my reviews. Boom. I wish she was able to hold her hair on her own a little bit better without any kind of modification or anything. Okay. And then just, it's nice, a little detail, and it does have a little bullet at the top of the magazine. Jeez. Alright, angle that some. Maybe if I darken a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. Alright. Alright. And I just wanted a little bit of a higher angle. In fact, I'm going to bring it up even more. I got a really nice camera stand, Manfrotto, a while back. And I'm still learning it. Yeah. There we go. I like it. I like this figure quite a bit. Okay, guys, finishing up this review, this has been the Apex Arctech series. Girls Frontline, the video game that these are homage from. Heckler Koch, G41. So again, I don't know much about the game besides the basics of it, but as a figure, it's absolutely fantastic. The price is a lot higher than I'm used to seeing on Anime Girl figures, not statues, but at the same time, the second you take it out of the box, you see a bit more where that price point comes from, because the detailing, the size, etc., it's different. It's definitely different than what I used to, and I think the stuff that I've collected has been on the mid to higher end of things. So it's good. It's definitely a good figure. Looking forward to more from this line. I have Lucia ordered. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go with that one, as well as Sakura. Um, as far as I'm concerned, I'm damn near all in on this line going forward. It's a larger scale. I like that they stand out on a shelf. I love the shading of them. I love the detailing. I like the articulation on them too. I do wish that they had stuff like the traditional waist swivel and things like that, but toy lines like Figma, I'm a bit more used to that. And I do like handling these and their balance a bit more than Figma as well. But anyway, this has been another Kuma Style review. Glad to show you guys something different for a change. Anime Girl, yeah, but not necessarily Snail Shell, things like that. Something non-Transformers, non-Mecha. Pretty cool stuff. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys collect this stuff? Again, sound off. Like, share, subscribe. Check out the written review and article on kumastyle.com, and I'll see you next time.